Good afternoon, our doctoral students from University of Burundi and Lagos State University, Nigeria. You are welcome to lesson 3 in our course using ICT for our doctoral research process from title to thesis. I am Akindoju Olugbenga. Today we are going to learn the use of ICT in developing our research proposal. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the concept and structure of a research proposal, identify major components of a research proposal, differentiate between a research proposal and the main thesis, identify ways of using ICT in developing research proposal. So, come along with me as we explore all these objectives. When we talk of research proposal, we need to recap our experiences in the previous 2 lessons with distinguished Professor Peter Okebukola. Having gone through the rigor of identifying and selecting your doctoral research title, it becomes imperative to justify the why and how the research will be carried out. You have chosen the research title. You have explored all avenues in arriving at your research title. However, you need to justify to your supervisor the need to carry out that study by putting your ideas on paper, by conveying your intention and supporting it with evidences on paper. Therefore, it becomes imperative to write a research proposal. So let's take a look at what a research proposal is. So, what is a research proposal? A proposal is a request document to support an intended research, instruction, or extension projects. When someone is interested in obtaining support for research, they often write a research proposal. These proposals are intended to convince people that your ideas and projects are important. That is, it is very worthwhile to carry out your proposed research. Your research proposal will explain how you can satisfactorily complete the project. It will also let people know why the project is a good and or needed idea, that you understand what information and studies are already out there and what gap you have identified to fill. It's only your proposal that can provide all this information. Having this behind our minds, it is important to know that the way the proposal is written is also important. That is, the grammar, the structure, and the content will make a difference in whether your proposal is accepted or rejected. While developing a proposal, there are several questions to be answered so that your supervisor, readers, and your institution will support your research. Understand the significance and reason behind your intended research. So when we talk of a good proposal, there are a series of questions that must be answered. Number 1, your proposal should provide answers to what you want to do and how you plan to do it. How much will it cost? That is, considering the possibility of sponsorship and how much time it will take. Remember, your PhD program has a stipulated minimum time or duration. How does the proposed research relate to the sponsor's interests? What difference will the project make to your university, to your studentship, your discipline, the state, your country, or any other concerned parties? What has already been done in the area of your project, as well as how will your results be evaluated? It's also important to know that certain questions will be emphasized over others depending on the nature of the proposed project and the agency to which you are submitting your proposal. Most institutions and agencies provide detailed instructions or guidelines concerning the preparation of proposals. And in some cases, forms on which proposal are to be typed are provided to guide the applicant or the researcher. Whether they are prescribed formats or guidelines or forms to be used, in general, the proposal components include: one, the introduction. This is also referred to as the background to your study. It provides reader with a broad overview of the problem in context. And it starts from a wider view, which is narrowed down to the problem you have identified or to the title of your studies. The problem also has to be stated in your proposal. That is, you have to provide answers to questions such as, what research problem are you going to investigate? And when stating the research problem, there are three major considerations. One is what exists. That is, what you have observed during your series of reading, what you have observed from policies, implementation in that area, what previous research have reported. Then, secondly, what are the gaps or the problem identified from all these observations? And the third component is to now state what exactly your research is set out to do. It's also important to coordinate the series of literature that you have come across that are related to your study. So this section will show how your approach builds on existing research. It will help you identify methodological and design issues in similar studies that have been carried out beforehand. It will also introduce you to measurement tools others have used effectively, help you interpret findings, and tie your results to previous studies. Depending on whether there is a format provided or not, in most cases, this component in the proposal is outlined for further development in the main thesis. Your proposal should also provide information on your research design and methods. That is, building up the statement of your research problem, your proposal should describe how you will go about answering your research question and confirming your hypothesis, if there are any. By implication, your proposal should list all hypotheses to be tested, state the research question you wish to seek answer or provide solution to. It should also include as much detail as possible on your measurements, instruments, the procedure you will embark on to collect data, who will be the subjects, where will the subject be taken from, and what will be the sample size. So, what are the main differences between a research proposal and the main thesis? Major differences between the research proposal and the main thesis include: 1. The structure indicates intention, which implies the use of future tenses. The proposal is a plan for the actual work. The emphasis is more on what, why, and how. It's also a comprehensive review of the work, but the review is fully reported in the main thesis. The proposal is subject to modification by the supervisor or sponsoring organization. Now to the crux of the matter. How do we use ICT in developing our research proposal? In this section of the objectives, we are only going to look at how or what features of ICT can be used or assist us in developing our research proposal. Yes, we have our research ideas on our minds. We have identified the title. We have read around. We've collected so much information, but we need to put all this information together in a coherent format. Our first consideration is the use of word processor. Generally, word processing software on the computer is used to prepare the proposal to convey your intention. However, this is not limited to just typing your text and print and forwarding to your supervisor. There are other features or resources that we can find in the word processing packages. These features include the references type, the review tab, and the insert tab. All this on the MS Word, for instance, give us the ample opportunity to improve, enhance the process of preparing your doctoral research proposal. If you go to the reference tab, for instance, It helps you in inserting citation, preparing the references for all citations you have made in the body of your proposal. The review tab can assist you in tracking changes when your work is submitted to your supervisor and to update without having to retype over and over again. With the Insert tab, it helps us to insert several features into our document when we are preparing the proposal. To insert table, so when you are building a model, you can insert pictures, graphics directly. You can import from different locations on your system into your proposal to make your proposal explicit. So on the Review tab, we have features that can enhance the process of your doctoral proposal writing. If you look at the Review tab, we have the spelling and grammar check. We have the thesaurus features, the word counts feature. You also have the comments, as well as the markup features. All these features on the Review tab will help you in ensuring the quality of your research proposal. When you submit your proposal to your supervisor, all the comments made can be tracked and updated by accepting or rejecting from time to time as you improve on the proposal writing. Another very important tab on the Microsoft menu bar is the reference, which will also be discussed later in this lesson. We have the features of inserting the table of contents, inserting footnotes, citation, and your references in the content of your research proposal, and this makes the work easier for you, whether there are several reviews by your supervisor or not. When there are no formats or templates of guidance on what the proposal should look like, a doctoral student can go online to search for templates and adopt whichever template found that is close to the type of organization you are submitting your proposal to, or that suits the type of study you are carrying out. Let's see how this can be done. This can be achieved by launching your browser, and on your browser, launch your search engine. In my own case, I'm using Google as my search engine. Type research proposal templates, then press enter. click search. When you do that, you find different templates, and you can select any one you want. Look at this. This is the document template. This is another one, and you can find as many as you like, and look at the different formats or templates and select the one you want. So you can click on this to look at it. Once the template is open, you can see the template is open here. It's being downloaded as a document file. So wait for it to open, and you can, let's say, open when done. So while the document is being opened, okay, I have some. Now you have the option of following the template that has been downloaded in building your own templates or your own research proposal. If you look at what we have here, the research must be between 5 and 10 pages and should present the following: your title, brief introduction, research question, hypothesis, aim and objectives, the study design, the population, and sample. So these are basic components. We can also decide to view the template online. For example, we can click on this. Okay, let's see. So this is a template. Guys, if you read through the content, you'll be guided on what each segment contains and how you develop the template into your own proposal. Another use of ICT, it's what has been taught in lesson 2 when we learned how to use the Google Scholar to develop or identify our research title. During that process, we went through a lot of publications where we picked ideas, look at the title, look at the content, what was the focus of the study, and so on. Now we're advised to keep all what we downloaded in a folder. So all what we have downloaded becomes very useful when we are developing our proposal. The information from the folder will help us in identifying and pinning our study to appropriate theoretical framework. You may need to revise the lesson 2 all over to give you clear and precise idea on how to use information developed from your lesson 2 in building up your research proposal. Another very important use of ICT when developing a research proposal is the use of word processor to develop the table of contents. Creating the table of contents can be tedious, especially if the proposal has to go through series of review by your supervisor, which means that it will require updating the table of content each time you submit to your supervisor. The table of contents resources on the reference tab in Microsoft Word provide great solution. You can visit the link below for a stepwise guidance on how to use Microsoft Word resource in developing table of contents in your proposal. So far in this lesson, we have revised the concept of research proposal. We have also listed some differences between a research proposal content and the main thesis. And we have identified ways of using ICT in developing research proposal. See you during the discussion forum, where we are going to explore more on writing our research proposal with the use of ICT tools. Thank you. God bless.